Dc8 Peppo the Clown. Soul-touching and life-enhancing stories. Peppo the Clown, a Christmas story. Santa Claus was sitting in his high white chair, in deep thoughts. The Christmas celebration was going in a way that just wasn't healthy anymore. Adults and children just writing down lists of presents they wanted for Christmas. And it seemed that Christmas was only about presents. The spirit of Christmas has gone very selfish, he thought. But as a wise father, he knew he couldn't punish his earthly children, and was thinking about how to change the situation. It was Christmas Eve. Snowflakes were falling from the sky, creating a carpet of snow on the houses, trees, and streets. Mrs. Jones and her two children, John and Mary, were in the living room. They were busy fixing up the Christmas tree, because Minnie the cat had just jumped in the tree and many ornaments had fallen on the floor. Some had broken, but that didn't matter, as there were so many more left. The man of the house, Mr. Jones, was not at home. His flight home was cancelled due to a snowstorm. Suddenly, the front doorbell rang, and Mrs. Jones, John and Mary went to open the door. "A package for the family Jones. Please sign here," the delivery man said. On a trolley was a huge package wrapped in the most magical colors standing. The delivery man pushed the huge box into the living room and wished everybody a Merry Christmas and left. "How strange," thought Mrs. Jones. "I know I didn't buy this present, but maybe my husband did." However, in big letters was written the sender's name, "From Santa Claus," and it also said, "Please open immediately." "Then let's open the present," said Mrs. Jones. They kept on unwrapping all the layers of paper, until they came to a big wooden box painted in the same magical colors as the wrapping paper. There was a note hanging on the box saying, "Please push the big blue star in the front of the box." The moment Mrs. Jones pushed the star, hundreds of colorful light rays filled the room together with a heavenly sound. Then another surprise. The lid flipped open and a man-sized clown jumped out. "Hi folks," spoke the clown. "Let me introduce myself. I am Peppo, Santa's personal clown." Mrs. Jones, Mary and John, they were just standing like statues with their mouth and eyes wide open in surprise. "You can relax now," said Peppo with his funny voice, and together with the help of the soft music and the light rays, it turned the three back to life again. "Where do you come from?" asked John. "From Santa Claus Castle, and I am his personal clown." "And why are you here?" questioned Mary. "I am on a secret mission, because Santa thinks that all the children have too many toys, and they are even asking for more." At the same moment he said this, lots of noise came from the children's bedroom. Closets, doors, and drawers opened, and all their toys came marching and dancing into the living room, like in a parade. Soldiers, puppets, dolls, stuffed animals, dinky toys, building blocks, and many more, and everything was alive and moving. Mrs. Jones and the children had to sit down with amazement, and they saw the parade of toys coming into the living room. "Far too much," spoke Peppo the Clown. "Do me and Santa a big favor and set aside all the toys you do not play with anymore." The children jumped up and seemingly understood the message. This was fun for John and Mary, who started to pick and choose from the toy parade, which was still marching around. "Yes," said Mrs. Jones, "it's ridiculous getting new toys when you have so many already, and many of them you don't even play with anymore." "Whoa, whoa, whoa, not rubbing in, please," Mrs. Jones spoke Peppo. And at that moment, another noise came from the bedroom, but this time from the bedroom of the parents. And then another parade came marching and dancing into the living room, but this time it was a parade of dancing clothes and jewelry and makeup and shoes. "You see, Mrs. Jones," said Peppo, "you also have too much, and maybe you would like to put aside as well the things you do not use anymore." Mary and John thought this was very funny, and Mrs. Jones started to laugh too. "There are many things in this house that we don't need anymore," she said. "The spirit of Christmas is about giving," said Peppo the Clown. "So give all these things away that you don't need anymore." They collected everything they didn't use anymore in boxes and promised Peppo that on Christmas morning they would take some boxes to church to be distributed to others, and that they would drive to the poor neighborhoods and deliver their gifts. Before they went to bed, they had more laughter and fun with Peppo the Clown, who showed them tricks, sang, and did lots of other fun things. The next morning, Peppo the Clown and the wooden box had disappeared from the house. Still talking about what had happened the night before, they went outside to start loading the boxes in the car. And while doing this, they noticed that everybody in the street was doing the same. Oh, seemingly Peppo the Clown had visited all the people who had too much, and had also inspired them to give away what they didn't need anymore. Santa Claus was sitting in his big rocking chair. He looked at Peppo the Clown and blinked his eyes and said, "Well done, Peppo. The spirit of Christmas giving and sharing has returned. Let's go around and give out some presents, for I too am getting in the mood again." And for those people who celebrated Christmas with the heart of giving, they had the best Christmas experience ever. What a story could bring us. In our modern world, most of us have far too much. How many pairs of shoes and clothes can we wear at the same time? How many cars can we drive at the same time? There are so many other people who do not have this wealth. And we can give at any time all the things away we do not use anymore, and the things we have too much.